Well, hello everyone. I'm in my new kitchen and I'm not using an AI voice this time. I'm going to try to use my own voice from now on. My videos do have AI voices because I didn't want to speak. And I thought they came out really good, but I think that'd be great if I just used my real voice. I'm going to go that. And you can make fun of me, I'm from Massachusetts, but this is how I talk. So anyway, I'm going to make cheesecake today, New York style. I couldn't find my Frugal Gourmet cookbook. There was a really cool recipe I used for years and I can't find it because I moved from Massachusetts to North Carolina and it's missing. So I found another one. It's from a cooking show on TV. I'm not going to say the name, but I modified it a little bit because I'm trying to make it like the one I got from my book that I can't find. So anyway, it's a two-part process. You use a springform pan. I spray it, see the little spring on there? And that's really cool. When you take that off, this pops out and then you can easily remove your cheesecake. This is an older pan, but I've made cheesecakes in this one forever. But what you're gonna do is cut a piece of parchment paper the size of the pan, spray vegetable oil on the pan, put the parchment paper down and spray that as well. So you can see it, it's you know, well taken care of. And the sides are sprayed as well. We want to make sure this cheesecake pops out of there. So we start with the crust, and I do this whole thing in a food processor. That's why I like it. And it says I take about half a package of graham crackers. These are low fat, so they're going to be really crispy. And I'm going to use 4 of them. And I'm going to use this food processor. And the thing I love about this is I just take the graham cracker crumbs, place them in the pan, press them into the corners. And then I just don't clean the pan. I just scrape it out because the graham cracker pieces get mixed into the cheesecake and it tastes pretty good. So, and that makes it easy. It's such an easy recipe, but it comes out so good. Right now I'm heating my oven 325, and it's really preheating for 325, and it's going to cook in there for about a good hour. And I'm going to double check here. You just want to make sure when you're baking it that it cracks a little in the middle. That's when you know it's totally cooked all the way through. And I'm just double checking one thing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a good hour. So I'm gonna start by breaking these up and putting them into the food processor. And I'm gonna be careful because it's not, I just plugged it in, but you should really just make sure you're safe with these things. They're brutal. So, and then I'm gonna go like this and get the other part to it, which is right here. Trying to relearn what we're putting everything is interesting. So here we go. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna melt some butter, and I'm going to melt, let's see, 3 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of sugar together. I'm just gonna put them together. It's easier that way. And put it in the microwave while I'm doing it. So I'm gonna take this off, scrape into the graham crackers. Oh yeah, that looks fine. This melted butter. And there we go. Put that right in there. So, get all that out of there, because it's good stuff. Okay? Alright, so let's get this thing going for the crust. It's not too loud. Oh, that looks really good. And power that thing off. Take off the top. Oh, that looks really good. It smells terrific. So I'm going to unplug this. Get my pan. And this is easy. You're just going to take it out. Just going to take it out. See it? And you're just going to plop it in there. Scraping the other sides. Again, you don't have to clean the food processor, in my opinion. I don't mind if there's little flecks of graham cracker in the cheese part of the cheesecake. And make sure you get it in the bowl. Okay, so that goes like that. The blade's going back. Okay, and all we're gonna do, see that? It's like sand. And you're gonna press it around the bottom. And the butter and the sugar make everything easy to move around. Really simple. Just gonna press it into the corners a little bit. It smells terrific. Press it in the corners. Try to keep it even. And just be patient. Now that looks really good. And you clean that off. Again, I don't mind if there's a little flecks of graham cracker in there. So that's the bottom part. See, it's ready to go. So now we're going to do 20 graham crackers. All right. And now we're going to do the filling. Our kitchen is really cool. We have a baking section around the corner. It's the laundry room / baking part of the kitchen. Everything's stored over there. My husband likes to make bread, so that's why. So we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of vanilla in there. And we're also going to put a cup of sour cream. I get the real sour cream. I don't go low fat. You could do a low fat cheesecake. I've done it before in the past, all low fat ingredients, but it's a cheesecake. Why don't you live a little? So I'm going to throw in the cream cheese first. And this thing's gonna pulverize it nice before I put anything else in. This is 10 ounces. So I got an 8-ounce stick and 2 more ounces, which is probably, I'd say, a third of another, well, you got a 8-ounce package, so you're gonna take 2 ounces. They come in 8 ounce, they don't do one big 10 ounce, so you gotta open 2 packages, but I have some of this creamed cream cheese left over as well. I'm gonna use that, but it's 10 ounces of cream cheese. All right, 10 ounces of cream cheese. And get that in there. And the first thing I'm going to do, because it's been sitting on the counter getting nice and soft, and then I'm going to throw in the sour cream, which is a cup of sour cream. So 10 ounces of cream cheese, a cup of sour cream. That new oven sounds like a jet. You're like telling everyone to lift their trays for get ready for takeoff. So there you go. All right, and we're going to put our sugar in, which is half a cup of sugar, and then our 2 whole eggs. Throw that in. Okay. And last but not least, the half a teaspoon of vanilla, which I'm going to eyeball because just a little bit. There you go. And it smells tremendous. So just again to review, we're going to do a cup of sour cream, 10 ounces of cream cheese, half a teaspoon of vanilla, half a cup of sugar, and 2 eggs. And again, our crust is 4 graham cracker pieces out of a package, 3 tablespoons of butter, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. The butter and the sugar I melted together into the graham crackers. All right, so here we go. We're going to start this thing up. Put the cover on. Plug it in. Oh, okay. And here we go again. Ready? Power on. Start. It's going to all combine. Shut the power off. Open it up. Scrape the sides. Wow, it looks tremendous. Here we go. And it's a Saturday here. It's a nice day here in North Carolina. It's a Saturday. It is going to be warm again. And I can see by this texture that I need to pulverize this some more. Ooh, this thing scares me. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Power on, start. All right, I think we're good. Shut that off. Boy, that smells good. Take the power out. This thing's scary. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend tasting this because it's got raw egg in it, so I can just tell by the smell and the ingredients everything's good. So I'm going to scrape off any excess from the blade. Ooh, that's scary. Cooking can be scary, everybody. Okay, so we're going to take this off. Oh. All right, I'm going to move this aside. Put this in the sink. Ooh, that looks so good. I wasn't gonna make this, I was lazy, but I decided I gotta do it. Okay. It's been go, go, go since we moved into this. Just demolished the kitchen. We had to work in a temporary kitchen. It was just so much. And every day for 10 weeks it took to complete the kitchen. And I have made a video, I haven't posted it yet, but it is of the after. I did the before in progress, and I'll show you the after. Anyway, so here we go. We're gonna put our pan ready for our filling. And if you can see, get over there. You can see the consistency. See it? Isn't it velvety? So we're just gonna pour that in right in the center. And this recipe said you needed 2 springform pans, but I could tell you don't. You only need 1. That's why I'm glad I had that cookbook, the Frugal Gourmet one, because I'm not afraid to make these. They're great. They're so expensive in the store. If you can make your own, especially for the holidays, which I normally do, but I felt like making one today. Been working really hard, and finally I'm going to sit there and enjoy a nice dessert. I've only been in the kitchen for a week. And having people at your house every day, contractors, can be tough. There we go. So there we go. Tap that down. Again, don't lick the thing because it's got raw eggs in it. Alright. So, see that? I'm going to tap it. Make sure our springform is nice and tight. Okay, it's going in the oven for a good hour. I'm going to double check that time, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. But I know from my other recipe, it had to go in for a good hour because this thing's solid as a rock. But anyway, so I'm going to pop it in and I'll come back and show you when it's done. So I'm just giving you an update in the middle. I've got 20 minutes left on this cheesecake. I hope you can see, I can't open the oven, but I hope you can see how it's starting to rise up and bubble. That's the eggs, and they really fluff it up. So as you can see around the edges, it's starting to get a little brown, but it still needs a good 20 minutes. Now, again, this is like an hour overall at 325 in a preheated 325, but I've done this recipe before, and you need at least an hour for just a little bit of a crack in the middle. That's how you know, and no jiggle at all. So all right, I'm gonna let it finish what it's doing, and I'm gonna go hang some clothes while I'm waiting. Okay, so there it is. It has 41 seconds left on the timer, and it's gonna go off, so I'm just gonna shut it off, I hope. Stop. Yeah, so I shut it off, I shut the oven off, and it's probably going to do its own thing, but as you can see in the corner, I'm not going to open it, it's going to get steam everywhere. I'll try to zoom in on that, but I can see it's cracking on the edges. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to test it. I'm going to put the camera down for a second. I'm literally just out of the shower. I dressed real quick, but I still got my hair in a towel, and I'm not showing you that. But I'm going to see if it's like 160 in there. Hold on a second, okay? Yeah, it's the timer shut off by itself, and I'm going to open the oven. There you can see it. So it was over 160 degrees in the center using one of these quick read thermometers. And I'm going to take it out, let it cool in a rack, and I'll check back with you later. It's got to cool for a good few hours, and then it's going to go in the fridge. And we're going out to the store, so I'll do that by the time we leave. And I'll cut a piece and you can see. Okay, I just wanted to show you closer up out of the oven what it's looking like, what you can look for. As you can see, it's cracks around the edges. It's over 162 degrees in the center. As you can see, I tested it in the middle. The edges are browning and shrinking from the springform pan, which that's what we want. We don't want to touch it until it's cool, really cool. And I'm going to show you as I shake it. There's no loose, uncooked cheesecake. It's all jiggling very solidly, so I know. So that was actually an hour and about hour and 10 minutes. This oven is brand new and it's great. It still takes over an hour to make a cheesecake from scratch. But again, when we come back, when it's cool, if I can remember, I'll cut a piece and show you. Sometimes I just get tired and I always say, oh, did I film that last part? Would I actually cut into it or sliced into the item? So here we are. Hopefully I'll remember. If not, I'll show you it when it's in the fridge already half eaten. All right, so I'll check back with you. Well, here it is. I took it out of the springform pan. It's a New York style. It's not real tall. Some recipes call for flour, but that's not my style. So again, it's going to cool now in the oven. We're taking off to go to the store, and I'll cut a piece and show you after it's chilled. So I'm really happy with it. My husband just came in and said it looked really good. It puffs way up and then settles in the pan, and it gets very dense. So I'll show you when I cut a piece later on today. So I cut into it, see it? And I'm going to take it out. And there it is. Look at that. Oh, that looks really good. So there you go. That's a homemade New York style cheesecake. You can make it low fat by buying low fat cream cheese and sour cream, but I did the whole boar. I did use low fat graham crackers, but that's okay. So there you go. Looks delicious.